Good morning, everybody. Froggy Stonks here. Nothing I say is financial advice, entertainment purposes only. I hope the sound quality's better. I adjusted my settings back to normal. Every time I update my computer, there was everything out of whack, and I got to reset it all. Anyways, Saturday, I'm here just chilling, thinking about AMC, APE, Antara Capital, the reverse split, conversion, earnings, everything going on. There's a few things I want to talk about that are rolling in my mind, my thesis on where this is going to go forward. First, please make sure you go to AMC Investor Relations, check out the news release to announce their fourth quarter year-end 2022 results and host earnings webcast. That'll be Tuesday, February 28th, 2023, 4 p.m. Central, 5 p.m. Eastern time. I will be hosting it live. I'll be streaming it live. We'll be doing a Twitter space call, all the good stuff. Now, APE closed out. It went on a bit of a tear right before close. We hit not all-time lows, but intraday lows at 236. I wish I would have been paying attention. I would have scooped more up. And we ran all the way back to 247, and then they dumped it right before close. We're barcoding again. There could be another attempt on that. That's a triple bottom we have now at 236. That's interesting to me. 3 times in a row. I bought twice down there. I missed this time. Bottom, bottom, bottom. Rolling in closer day by day to the earnings call. There is no market day. Monday, it's closed. 3-day weekend. So Tuesday should be a pretty good day, I'm thinking. I'm thinking we're going to have a turnaround Tuesday after all the bleeding in the market. A lot of blue chips and the indices trended up green before close, which is great. Really wish I would have kept some of my call options open instead of dumping them. Was getting nervous on the market taking an absolute dump last week. So anyways, over it. Right now I have nothing but APE. I've got over 14,000 shares again. I'm sitting, waiting, and I feel really good about it because this is what I think is going to happen going forward. As you saw in some filings, Antara Capital unloaded a lot of AMC and a lot of calls and puts on AMC. So Antara's making a lot of moves. When they did that, the stock price trended upwards a couple times, right? Antara started closing out their longs, their puts, their calls, which means more than likely they closed some short positions too. Now we can't prove that because they're not reported, but more than likely they had shorts because the way their longs and calls and puts were set up was in a matter of hedging against a short position. So if they covered and it caused AMC to run to 336, that makes a lot of sense. That was early February. They did close some out later on after it ran too. So I'm wondering if the intent was to close it out, then they unloaded some APE, whether they sold it to another party or not. Adam Aaron sold more APE out into the market, which caused us to have a reduced price action, but it's supported at 217, and then now we're triple bottoming off of 236. So that's a really good deal. I loaded back up because I like this bottom. I may be wrong. If I am wrong, I'll load up more, and I'll tell you why. Arbitrage gap actually opened back up. When AMC ran back up a little this week from the 439 range, and it ran back up to 553, and it's, double tapping 550 trying to break through that ceiling. That's a really good thing. That means there's upward pressure on AMC. Now there's some people out in the Twitter sphere that I really like to follow for some trades. One of them is I Love Vegas Stocks. She calls absolute bangers almost every day. Let me find a tweet that I retweeted. Where is it? Right here. From I Love Vegas Stocks 1. AMC, something is cooking. This is heading to $10 in due course. We are in $5 leaps 2024 calls, as I don't want to babysit this. I also have $5 leaps for 2024 on March 15th. I bought those for AMC. I'm holding APE long because of exactly that, subhash. Arbitrage. The arbitrage gap opened back up, which made me really excited, which is why I was willing to buy APE at a little bit of a higher price than I would like to, but I didn't want to miss the boat. Now, earnings is coming up in less than 2 weeks. Regal already had said, Regal Cinemas, that they were able to put $175 million cash on their books, even though they're in bankruptcy because of Avatar. AMC has twice the theaters they do, right? AMC made a lot of money on Avatar. I already know it. Even with the little crappy bowls they sold, which I think they missed the mark on. I think They should have had something better for Avatar popcorn containers like they do with Ant-Man. The Ant-Man popcorn container, great. But they made a ton of money. They made a ton on concessions. And we had Black Adam, Wakanda Forever, a couple other bangers go through the movies. I think this is going to be a really good Q4 earnings call. I think they're going to beat estimates again. We beat estimates almost every quarter, even though we're not cash flow positive. And I think Adam Aaron will also come out and announce retail popcorn on the shelves in grocery stores, at retailers like Kroger, maybe Walmart. I really think it'll be in Kroger, Smith's, stuff like that, Publix. And then the credit card. I think the credit card probably got a lot of good pre-orders, which is why they kind of moved the earnings date up a little bit. They really want to gloat about the credit card pre-sign-ups. They're going to launch it. Then they're going to say, hey, popcorn's going out on the shelves by July or something like that. We've already got X many orders for popcorn in every grocery store. And then they're going to dump the revenue on us, which is going to be really good. So I think things are looking really bullish for AMC and APE. I think Antara covering their short positions may be the first domino that's going to set off a chain reaction. I think as soon as Antara Capital covered their AMC short and they loaded long on APE, we saw massive reversal in the overall markets, which I think is liquidations of blue chip stocks, Amazon, Google, etc., right? The indices went down. This is crazy. It looks like mass liquidations to me of blue chip stocks for people to have cash on hand to cover shorts or meet margin. That's a really big deal. Now, also, I want to let everybody know, Tesla absolutely ripped the faces off short sellers. They took this thing down to $100 and it ran all the way back up to over $200, $217. That is a lot of short pressure right there, and that's just people getting their faces ripped. I'm sure Tesla will still have more upside. It's Tesla. You know, the markets also took a hit, I think, in turn, because the Fed came out and said, you know, we won't take 0.50 rate hikes off the table, even though they only talked about doing 0.25 a couple more times. Inflation did rise a little bit. I'm not surprised. I think the current administration is absolutely incompetent in managing economic data. So it's a really big problem. So you have inflation creeping back up a little bit, but you did have a big Tesla event where shorts got absolutely crushed. I am concerned about Tesla, though. If you're in it, there is a gap here. Usually gaps get filled. So I do believe coming up there is going to be something going on in the markets. Luckily, that's why I'm all in on APE. The arbitrage deal has everybody drooling. You know, if the vote passes and APE is $250 and AMC is $6, you're going to get at least a 30, 40, maybe 50% arbitrage gain when this thing converts. Now, I want to say, based on what I'm seeing on Twitter, and also my main account is actually back up and live, so let's go to that. Based on what I'm seeing on Twitter, the overall sentiment of the apes is that they want the vote to pass, right? I'm talking about the apes who are more about just the cult following, and I'm not calling it a cult, whatever. The apes who are really wound up around Adam Aaron and really support Adam Aaron without any due thought or process, right? There's a lot of other apes who are very logical, have a lot of money in the play, are very serious about this thing. They want no vote because they believe the no vote is going to allow AMC to still squeeze properly at MOAS levels. Now, if we vote no, the problem is, we vote no, Antara will most likely unload all their APE all at once. They'll get rid of it all. They'll dump it because if there's no conversion, then APE really has no purpose. And it stops Adam Aaron from raising capital off of AMC. If we vote no, then Adam Aaron's going to have to come out with APE and dilute the crap out of APE down to levels that nobody's going to want to deal with. I'm talking under 50 cents because that's the only way he's going to be able to stay in business. Now, I'm not telling you to vote yay or nay. Either way, it's fine. I personally think the MOAS theory, the endless infinity squeeze theory has been absolutely destroyed. It's gone. I don't think it exists anymore. I think Adam Aaron already diluted too much. I think the market has put in basically a good old boys club where they're like, no, just halt it. We'll waive your collateral. Everything's fine. fail to deliver, buy limit order spoofing. They have a system in place to deal with FTDs. They have a system in place to deal with hedge funds blowing up. They use halts. Basically, they abuse halts. And they buy limit order spoof. They're front running trades. They've got it under control. But if we let Adam Aron raise capital through the yes vote, not only one, do you have the potential, and you've had over 3 months to do this, to make gains on the arbitrage play. Not only do you have that, but two, Adam Aron now has the ammo to raise capital at $30 and $20 a share instead of $5. He can come out and do that with AMC. Now, do I think he's correct? No, I don't. I think he should have sold APE at the market when it was $5 a share, 100 million at a time, and retail would have went out and bought it up really quick. Retail would have bought it up. He would have raised billions, but he didn't. He also didn't raise capital when AMC was $30 a share, and he talked about raising capital, and he said that we gave him the no vote. That is not true. Adam Aron pulled the vote off the table because of some sentiment on Twitter, which Twitter, like he said, probably only has 3,000 some people that are actively engaging with Adam Aron at any time. So that doesn't speak for the retail investment community. It's absolutely crazy. He could have raised capital then. I don't think they wanted him to. I think they were still in too far deep in their short positions for him to raise another $1 billion and put them on the burner. So they came to him. The SEC came to Adam Aron. Everybody came to Adam Aron. They had a good old boy club meeting. They said, hey, pal, we'll bring you back to the table, man. We can turn AMC around with you if you want, since there's this much liquidity in the company now due to retail investment money. Let us get out of our short positions, but we got to figure out a way that you can help us unload this. So APE came around. He let APE crash down to 55, 60 cents. He then started selling it off to Antara Capital in droves at all-time lows, which is absolutely ridiculous. And then it rallies up 600%, and Antara is now sitting on a position of $500-600 million. And then they close their shorts at all-time AMC lows for intra-year. So not only are they out of their bad short position, probably in the green, they are over 500-600% on their APE position in the green, which is going to convert an arbitrage up to even more money. And then if they so decide, they can hold it, they can lend it, they can reshort it. Right? And that's where we're going with this this video today. If Antara covering was set in motion to be the first domino, there is a potential that other institutions have to come in and cover their AMC shorts before the conversion, which would be a dream come true. If we could get back to $7 to $9 on AMC, that would be glorious before the reverse split conversion. I'll tell you why. If I'm in at APE at 250 and AMC runs to 910 again, then my APE value's up probably to $4 or $5. Then it converts and you get another 20-30%, and you can unload all at once and get out of the play with a massive gain, which is beautiful. I'm talking about putting yourself back positive in the money away from a bag AMC short position. That's if the vote passes. Now, the importance of this vote, you guys need to make sure you go to read the proxy, the definitive proxy that was put out by AMC Theaters, and understand what you're voting for, which a lot of people already voted. I'm seeing online a lot of people already voted. I'll go over it real quick. We'll just go over the main points. Cordially invited, March 14th, 2023, 11 a.m. Most of you already got your proxies. August 19th, they paid the special APE dividend. The APE units are not preferred stock. They are 1/100th of a unit of a preferred stock. 100 APE equals 1 preferred share, okay? That's why they're able to vote on this. It is a loophole. The APEs, as explained by Amy, and thank you very much, Amy, the APEs are depository units, right? That means it's like an American depository receipt, meaning that the classification of it is different. That's why APE can be voted on like a common share. I do not believe there's any illegality in it. I don't think AMC Theaters and their lawyers would have let Adam Aron do this. Not that Adam Aron is the one in control of it. He is, it's his baby, but I'm sure the lawyers took a look at it. There is a clause in there that you cannot vote on common stock and preferred shares in the same lot. They have to be separate. But since APE is classified as a depository and is 1/100th of a unit of a Class A preferred share, I believe it can be voted on the way it is. Not a big deal. So, number one, proposal one, to approve an amendment to our third amendment and restated certificate of incorporation to increase the total number of authorized stock from 524,173,073 shares of common stock to 550 million, right? The share increase proposal. That is important if you want Adam Aaron to raise capital. He needs the extra 25 some million plus or minus shares to sell after the conversion. If we don't get that, it doesn't matter. If the first two proposals fail, if the proposals are dependent on each other as described in the proxy, in order to effect the conversion of APE into common stock, shareholders must approve both the share increase proposal and the reverse split. So there's no point in voting yes for one and no for another. There's no point. If one doesn't pass, the other doesn't pass, AMC is not going to raise capital, and Adam Aaron is going to unload APE like nobody's business. It's going to cause AMC share price to drop too. It's going to be a bad deal in my opinion. I personally believe, even though I don't like it at this point, let's stop fighting the current. I think people should be accepting of this plan. It's already enacted. We're already involved. We didn't have a choice. Sometimes it's better to go with the current than against it. I personally believe we should let Adam Aaron raise the capital that he wants because he's going to be wholly responsible for the effects afterwards. At this point, too, if you haven't got arbitrage in your play, meaning you didn't load up on APE in the last 3 months, that is your fault. You knew it was coming. I've explained it 100 times. The whole community's been talking about it. You had the opportunity to load APE from 66 cents all the way to 250, make money on the way, and prepare yourself for a 30-40% gain through the arbitrage. Now, if you were just like, no, I'm just going to buy and hold my AMC and that's it, you're a shill, you're going to lose your money. That's exactly what's going to happen. Your AMC is going to get reverse split, which means it's going to be, your cost average is going to be multiplied by 10. If you have a $20 share of AMC as a cost average, it's a $20 cost average, you're going to have a $200 cost average, and that's going to be on AMC, which is now, if it's a $5 share at conversion, it's going to be a $50 share. And then if it goes down, you're now holding the $200 cost average on a potential $30 stock, right? Hopefully we see AMC run up back to 10 bucks after the conversion or more. I think it would be absolutely amazing. Number two, to approve an amendment to our certificate of incorporation to a reverse stock split at a ratio of 1 share of common stock for every 10 shares of common stock. That's the 10-to-1. So if you have 10 shares of common stock after the conversion reverse split, you are going to be having 1 share. If you have 10 AMC, you're going to have 1 AMC after that. Now your APE is different, and you can go to the prospectus. And if I remember correctly, it is for every 100 APE units you have, that equals 1 preferred share, and 1 preferred share is going to become 10 shares of AMC. That's how that's going to work. So for every 100 APE, you should end up with 10 shares of AMC. Spade 68, I'm not sheeping, and if you're going to keep voting, if you say, no way, I'm voting yes, and then you tell me to stop sheeping, but you're in the comments sheeping people. So just stop or you can leave. Anyways, so split ratio of 1 share of common stock for every 10 shares of common stock, which together with the share increase proposal, too early in the morning, shall permit the full conversion of all outstanding shares of Series A preferred stock into shares of common stock, right? This is where you're going to get your arbitrage gain. Your APE is going to get converted into common stock, but if APE is 250 and your common stock is $5, when it's converted, APE is going to take some value from AMC and meet it up further, maybe halfway, which could end up being $3.50. It could be $5 if AMC decides to go on a tear, according to my thesis, which is Antara was the first domino who started covering their AMC short. They may even have more to cover. But if other people come in to cover their AMC short, because there is situations with a conversion reverse split QSIP change where shorts would have to cover. There may be a lot of smaller short hedge funds that don't know they're naked short that get recalls on their shares during this process. So I'm hoping we see AMC rocket up, try to go back to $9.10 before the conversion. APE follows it up to $4. Then it converts up to like $4.50. That would be beautiful. Even if it converts up to $3.50, that'd be beautiful, etc. That's the arbitrage. That's the play. If I was an AMC short, I would be covering my shorts as soon as possible, and then I would be buying APE, and that's if they haven't done it already. If they covered huge lots and they're sitting in the dark pool, they eventually have to come into the dark pool, standing up for what's right. You keep saying it's a bad deal. You're saying yourself, okay, you're not standing up for what's right. You're not listening. And that's why you're getting booted from the chat, because it's really annoying. You're in here pitching your opinion. I'm giving multiple scenarios and theses on why yes or no or don't vote at all. And that's what gets you booted from the channel, from being an absolute moron. So you're gone. Bye. Spad 68, absolutely stupid. I'm not telling you to vote yes or no. I'm telling you my opinion. Absolutely distracted, stupid. Spad 68, I wouldn't doubt it's either somebody who's just solid holding AMC and as a bag holder is in deep trouble, which I get, but you're coming in the chat telling me not to give my opinion, and I've given 3 different theses already on what could happen. Now, me personally, I own a bunch of APE. I think it's bad to fight the current. I think the MOAS situation has absolutely already been diffused. I think Adam Aaron diffused it with dilution. I think he diffused it with APE. And I think the institutions diffused it when the SEC, the DTCC, and FINRA all started working together to waive collateral on Robinhood on January 28th, on June 7th, on August 22nd with 43 million FTDs. You're more than likely not going to beat the market and the market makers and the regulators. So I'm done with it. I'm just tired of it. I'm not fighting the current. I'm loaded up on APE. There's a lot of people pushing a no vote that are actually DMing me going, well, I don't know, should I get rid of my AMC and buy APE? And I tell them, you got to decide that. I got rid of all my AMC at $9.10 after we did the DRS push. Bigums and Blunts and Stryker and all them came out and fudded DRS again, and everybody forgot about it. If we would have kept DRSing day after day, AMC would have went further up, but they fudded it out once again. DRS bad, T0 bad, yes vote bad. This is just cult mentality. People are not thinking. I don't like it. Now, there are logical people out there saying the yes vote is bad. There's a lot of people saying the yes vote is bad and that it will ruin the squeeze, and their logic is pretty sound on that, and I agree with it. But I think at this point in time, a yes vote will hurt shareholders more than it will no vote. So there you have. Proposal number 3 is to approve one or more adjournments of the special meeting. So it's just to adjourn the meeting. Now, me, I voted yes. I'm done with it. I don't care what anybody else thinks. I have like 15,000 APE that I've been flipping back and forth, making good money on it. I voted yes because I want the arbitrage and I want Adam Aaron to be able to raise capital. If you have a $40 share of AMC and you are going to hold it through the conversion knowing your cost average is now going to be $400, that is your problem. That is your fault. You had the opportunity to unload it. You had the opportunity to buy APE cheaper than dirt and fix your bag. Now, if you didn't because you didn't understand it, I am sorry. I did the best I possibly could to educate as many people as possible on how this was going to work for the past 4 months, to the point to where I've almost ruined my following on Twitter so everybody could try to get out of the play. If you haven't done it yet, I don't know what you're doing. I don't get it. Good luck to you, though. Stick to what you believe is right for your investment portfolio. Now, I literally had very high-ranking cultish apes try to cancel me. I had people mass report me on Twitter multiple times. Finally just got my account back up. It's because I'm telling you the truth on what could happen, what I did, and what should happen going forward. And there's these different scenarios. A, shorts start covering a couple weeks before the conversion. AMC runs, APE runs with it, it converts, and then they unload or reshort the stock at like a $70 share price, right? That's a beautiful place to start shorting AMC. I doubt anybody's going to pay $70 a share for AMC if Adam Aaron is raising capital. So if they short it back down to 30 or 20, then Adam Aaron dilutes. He raises 500 million to maybe $1 billion, maybe even a couple billion, and then he pays off some debt in AMC's in its golden years out to 2024, which is where my call options will value up greatly. So that is a good average, Greg. That's not bad at all, man. You personally, if I had a 650 average, I would just kind of still be sitting and waiting on it. Personally, me, I would be loading up on APE though, because if you load up on APE and you make money on the arbitrage and you have the new AMC shares at 250 an average that you're going to get from your APE, that brings your total average down and quite considerably. So you're not in a bad position, Greg. So if shorts start covering because Antara tipped the first domino before the conversion, we could see a nasty run. And I hope so. I hope everybody can get out clean. I'm going to make a ton of money on it because I own APE really cheap. I flipped it a bunch of times. I got over 13,000 shares, something like that. And it'll arbitrage up and it'll gain up and I'm going to make a ton of money. 2, they don't cover. AMC and APE hover around where it is. It converts. I still make money on arbitrage. And then shorts cover after because a bunch of recalls hit because of the certificate of incorporation change, the QSIP change, the conversion, and the reverse split, which could cause a lot of market mayhem. They couldn't even distribute APE properly because they didn't have enough to go around. That's what the 43 million failure to deliver was. It wasn't delays. It was deliveries and sells and trying to get APE at wherever they could to deliver it because they didn't have enough. So they cover after the conversion and all those new AMC shares run like crazy and we get a little bit of a squeeze and then it halts and then they short it back down to the dirt. 3, they don't cover at all. They could just hold it and AMC could sit around where it's at after conversion, or Antara could start loaning out shares for people to short AMC after conversion since they have so many new cheap AMC shares from the conversion, right? Shorts could pile back in immediately after the conversion, take AMC from 50 down to 30, which is a $3 pre-reverse split, and then Adam Aaron raises capital, dilutes the float, and then we go down even more. I am hoping shorts are going to cover either coming up in the next couple weeks, which to me looks like is going to happen because of the SPY and a bunch of different things that were happening in the market, which really sucked for me because I was up so much on my call options on Amazon at this point. And then it just starts taking dumps because of the Fed. I should have got everything out here. I did take a little bit of profit there. Should have got everything out. But somebody liquidated here. Somebody liquidated a lot of Amazon, a lot of Google, a lot of other stuff. And I really should have stayed in my play because there's a big old W forming right here on the SPY on yesterday's chart. That looks like it's setting up for a pretty good run back up to the upside. Should have held on to my calls. They were out till March. I got spooked by the market. I was really worried this was going to take another step down, but we're past it. We're not going to dwell on it because we got a lot of APE that I'm going to make even more money on. So you had liquidations, which to me looks like somebody's prepping for a short cover. Tesla blew out some shorts. And then we had articles coming out talking about shorts covering tech stocks. Shorts covering tech stocks in a manner that nobody's seen in a while, which I retweeted somewhere around here. Let me go back to my other account. Let's go. Drop something at my door. Come on, baby. Went on a meme frenzy last night, guys. Sorry. The memes were fire. Here it is right here from Reuters. Feb 16th, hedge funds betting against stocks in the technology sector rushed to unwind those trades in the first half of February as markets rallied. Data from Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, and Chase prime broker units showed. So if they started covering tech stocks, there is a good chance that AMC is getting ready to see some short covering because it does look like the market wants to keep trending back up. It's pretty crazy. Oh, 3A, suspense is a great example of how someone could be so utterly clueless about AMC and APE, but at the same time make perfect sense about other issues. Personal growth. Keep it up, Spence. I'm not clueless on AMC and HYMC 3 aces. I literally just made 36 grand off of APE. These people, man, these people on Twitter, there's everybody, it's always like, well, I don't really like Spence or agree with him all the time, but he's right. It's so annoying. It's so annoying. These people literally just cannot admit that I've been right about this entire thing for 4 months. Even Tara said, when Adam Aaron came out and said that DRS, you can't short your shares, and after we did a DRS push, we went to $9.10. Tara was like, people just can't admit that Spence is the catalyst. And not even that. Froggy Styles too, man. Every time me and Froggy Styles pushed DRS and a bunch of people ran to DRS, we had stock price movement. Because the volume and intensity at which a retail investor base DRSs the shares of the company is correlated to the rise in stock price at the volume and the speed of it. And as soon as we started getting FUD out on DRS again by all the influencers, people quit doing it. The stock price came back down. That's why I sold all my AMC at $9.10. So covered calls, I would not be selling covered calls at all right now, because the potential for AMC to run up on you and you lose those is, in my opinion, pretty good. That's just me. I would not be selling covered calls right now. And that's, how much money are you really going to make off of risking your shares like that right before we have a big event? We have a big catalyst that has never happened before on a stock in the market like this. And we also have all the pressure of GNS, Hellbiz, the CEO block, all these CEOs ganging up on naked short sellers. That is pressure on these short sellers that are looking to cover and get out of GME and AMC. And GME probably going to see some movement too. I haven't even checked that in a while. Let's see what they're looking at. There it is. GME moved up with AMC, man. I'm telling you. The shorts are getting ready to cover, in my opinion. They need to get out before the bull market returns. Blah, blah, blah. I don't give a damn about APE. Voted no. Okay, well, if you only own AMC, then that's a logical vote for you, because if more than likely this is going to pass, Sophia. And if whatever your cost average is, you're going to multiply your cost average by 10. So if you own $20 shares of AMC, your new cost average after the conversion is going to be $200. Just everybody be completely aware. Your AMC, your legacy AMC is about to get reverse split and then immediately diluted. Adam Aaron is going to dilute everything. So if you want to hold your AMC because you love your AMC stock and you're not worried about making money or whatever, do it, man. Good for you. Like, I'm all for you. I'm not going to call you a shill. I'm not going to say you're spreading FUD. I understand the people who want to vote yes because they hold APE, and I understand the people who want to vote no because they hold legacy AMC. But voting yes because you hold APE does not make you a shill or a FUD spreader. It just means that you hold the preferred shares of AMC instead of the common. That's what it is. Now, if you think it's going to destroy MOAS, me personally, I think MOAS was already destroyed when the DTC, FINRA, the SEC, the NYSE, Gary Gensler, and everybody just said, screw it. We're not going to let this thing squeeze. We're going to halt it 50 billion times on the way down, which is exactly what they did to AMC. And you guys have seen the graph. These are nothing but halts, man, the whole way down. Every time we started running, halt, 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 halt. Every freaking time. Every time. This is manipulated. It's a controlled stock. They're never going to let it run until they're on the right side of it, which is why I think voting yes was Adam Aaron's plan. One, it did screw us. It does screw us in ways, because now everybody's fighting and you got to figure out what to do and you're scared and you're unsure. But it is going to allow shorts to cover. It's going to allow the market to let the stock move. It's going to allow him to raise capital. Will we see insane prices like $100, $500? Well, post reverse split, yes, you could see $100. You could see 200, because that's actually only 20 pre-split, right? So don't think that's a squeeze. But that's what they're going to play it on. If this thing does run after conversion and it goes up to 250, oh, we squeezed, we're at 250. But truthfully, you're at $22.50. So, shits and giggles, you can go to Weeble's AMC feed to see. Oh, yeah. I don't know how to get into the AMC feed on Weeble. I only use it for the basic charting. Is it in here? I can do it on my phone, but I don't know how to get into it in here. But dude, the Weeble AMC feed and the APE feed is straight fire. It's absolutely hilarious. It's people just ripping each other apart. It's like okay, so if Twitter is the Coliseum, then the Weeble comment section is like the fighting pits where you go when you lose a bout in the Coliseum and your domina is trying to rehabilitate you to become a new gladiator. Yeah, that's what it is. Weeble is the fighting pits. The fighting pits of Tartarus. It's absolutely hilarious. So there we go. We got the AMC finalized proxy statement right here in front of us. I read you guys the proposals. You guys can go check out the earnings call news from the newsroom drop. It does look like Adam Aaron announced that the Ant-Man helmets are selling out like crazy. So I want to talk to you guys about one more scenario before I go. If you are in AMC and you are voting no and you get stuck in this thing, right? There is still potential, or if you're in AMC and people vote yes and you get stuck in it, there's still potential for AMC to be cash flow positive in 2024. More movies are being made now. Hollywood has heard the call of Adam Aaron, Tom Cruise, all these celebrities who made big multi-billion-dollar movies this year and last year. Hollywood needs to produce more content to go on screen. Netflix, Paramount, all the streaming services have now understood that some of their streaming titles need to go into movie theaters before they drop them on stream. That's great. That's great. Now, personally, I have the AMC 2024 March 15th leaps, the calls, because I think eventually AMC is going to value back up to a $30 stock over time when revenues come back in, basically when Adam Aaron is done dealing with retail investors. And that's another point of what he's doing. Retail investors are so absolutely just crazy split between APE and AMC, voting no on everything. You know, you get one influencer who doesn't know what they're talking about. They come out and they're like, nah, vote no, man, vote no, or vote yes, vote yes. And it encourages everybody to vote a certain way that's not good for the company. Just like how Bigum's Cat and all these other, like Boss Blunt said DRS is bad, T0 is bad. They influence people away from items that could have actually caused MOAS. T0 would have absolutely squeezed the stock. We saw it happen on Overstock. It's got a case study. It's proven effective. DRS, every time me and Froggy Styles pushed DRS, guess what happened? We had price movement. And then it got fudded out by Ape Radio or whoever else, and then the price dropped again. Every single time. And I can prove it. I have the data from the chart correlated with the time frame that people DRS their shares, and we had price movement both times. So there's that. So the same influencers that fought it out, very effective ways to actually get this thing to squeeze. Adam Aaron saw that and he goes, I can't run a company if people are basing their retail votes off of singular influencers that have no clue what they're talking about. 14032 blunts happened. Nothing happened with it. Phase 6. No, phase 6 is a big time. It's going to take 5 years for phase 6. Phase 6 stops new hedge funds and institutions from making bad bets by their initial margin. It does not help unwind what's already happened. If anything, it protects hedge funds. That's it. And then you had, again, Cat Striker. She tweeted the other day when AMC was at $7. I just got a huge tax return. I'm buying AMC right now. Woo! AMC took a nosedive after she tweeted that. That is so bad to tweet that when you just went on a 30% run because if people followed her into buying that day, they now hold even worse bags. You should have been buying at $3 and $4. When the market's scared, I buy. When everybody's running for the hills, I buy. Oh no, Ape's going down. Oh no, no, no. That's exactly what they want you to do. They want Ape to crash and you to get scared and walk away instead of buying the dip. Anyways, Norfolk Southern Rail puts. Fire Dog, I don't even know what ticker that is, but that's Norfolk Rail stock. Norfolk Southern Corp. 228.15 ticker. A very good point. Why does it not list the ticker on here? NSC. Okay. Come on. Let's see what it did already. Yeah, that thing in Palestine, Ohio is bad, man. NSC. Really bad. And it's funny that it took Trump threatening to visit the area for Biden to increase the, to approve the FEMA funding. I don't know. It looks like Norfolk already took a pretty serious hit. Well, no, actually not. I mean, let's see. What was this date here? February 3rd. So right around the time of the train crash, down, down, down. That actually doesn't look too bad. Maybe I will. Thanks for that, Fire Dog. I might get into some of that Tuesday, maybe. Buy some puts out for like October. If we see it even hit this low here, if it comes back down and retraces here. Ding. That's a good gain on a put. I might check that out. Anyways, back to AMC. Forgot what I was talking about. Oh yeah, the influencers leading some of the influencers have taken zero responsibility for anything they've done. They've taken zero responsibility. They've openly, knowingly went out and misled people so that they could grift and make money. Now what's done is done. What we just talked about today in this video, everything is up. Everybody knows what I said. I gave you different scenarios. There could be short covering before and everything runs. There could be short covering after and everything runs. There could be no short covering and nothing runs and we get diluted and the price drops. Or they could convert and then all of a sudden they reshort the crap out of the stock at 50 and take it back down to 10. So you got to be prepared for all scenarios. If APE is the same price of AMC before the conversion, I'll sell it all. And then I'll watch what happens after. If it runs, I have my calls, right? So I'm safe. If it doesn't run and crashes, I can get rid of my call or I just lose my premium and I made all my money on my APE. If it runs like crazy before conversion, my APE is going to value way up. And if the price is different, I'll let it convert and then I'll put a stop limit. And if it crashes, I'll sell out, take the profit, and I'll lose my premium on my call, which isn't a big deal. If it runs like crazy afterwards, then my APE, which is now AMC, flies through the roof. My call flies through the roof, and I make even more money. And I end up just walking away and never streaming again. And I'll let everybody in the Weeble pits, Tartarus, tear each other limb from limb and watch the big influencers on Twitter delete their accounts and walk away and go into hiding, man. So that's about it, guys. I don't know what else to say. Y'all, I really wish you the best. I hope everybody makes their money back or makes money positive. I don't care if you're voting yay or nay. I'm not pushing you either way. I just told you my opinion. I do agree with the thesis on the people that want the no vote, saying that it will crush any type of basically MOAS potential we have. I do believe we can still squeeze with the yes vote. It depends on your definition of squeeze. A squeeze for me right now, owning shares at 250 of APE, a ton of them, squeeze for me is 10, 11 bucks, man. I mean, how much more do you need? What am I going to do with that much money? I'm happy. I'm lucky in life. I worked hard and I don't need a Lambo sitting in the garage. I want a Cybertruck sitting in the garage, right? So you have that. Actually, the next thing I'm going to do actually after this is I'm putting a Tesla solar pack on my roof and I'm getting a power wall for the garage. And then I'm going to look at potentially once they start building these things, I will be getting my Cybertruck. So I'm getting the Cybertruck. I'm going to drive it through its warranty up to 1 mile left. And I'm going to let it sit. I'm going to put it in a storage unit. I'm going to take the battery out, sell the battery pack. I'm going to let the Cybertruck sit in a storage unit and I'm never going to touch it. In 20 years from now, I'm going to sell it to the movie theaters so they can use it in like old futuristic movie type stuff. I mean, look how much the DeLoreans are worth now. Anyways, we have that. So you have the scenarios. You have Tuesday market open, no market Monday. APE is sitting around 240, which I think is not a bad price at all for me. I would hope that if you want to get in, I would hope you get a 236 drop again. We have a triple bottom, 236, bounce, bounce, bounce. That's awesome. Hopefully, if the market recovers Tuesday, we see this thing go up and we retest 268. If the RSI looks good while we're up here retesting, say it's like right here, I'll hold it. If it's all the way through up like into here, I'll probably sell and take profit and wait for it to cool back off, back down to 250 and buy back in because there still is time. That's the good thing. The SPY really started picking back up after hours. That's a pretty big candle for after hours close. That's a good thing. AMC will walk with it, hopefully. we see some recovery. Anyways, you guys have a great weekend. You guys got to make your own decisions. Don't listen to hopium-based, oh no, man, MOAS. If we vote no, you're getting the MOAS. That is not true. Nobody could possibly know that. Stop taking hopium and putting it on your bag of AMC shares and going, this is going to fix it. You guys have the potential to fix your AMC bags by playing arbitrage properly, which is what we've been talking about for weeks. Guys, thank you everybody for coming. I really appreciate you. Tuesday, I'll get some more comments in. I wanted to keep this video continuous. Please like and subscribe. Share this video out, Reddit, Twitter, wherever you're at. Let people know to come in the chat, ask questions, and we'll start trying to kick up more space calls as we get closer to earnings to answer more questions live so people can understand what's going on. You guys take care. Have a great weekend. Froggy Stonks out.